Y'all are gonna edit this thing, right?
Oh, yes,
Thank you, Jesus.
absolutely.
Thank you, Jesus.
We've already had to edit some.
Okay. All right.
Okay, we're with Dennis Russell today. He is the coroner in South and St. Clair County, and he is the manager up here at Cedar Grove Funeral Home. You grew up in Cedar Grove, right?
Yes.
You were a member for how many years?
About 33. My mom and dad were members, and when I was a baby, they took me, and I was there till 1989.
And I'm sure they influenced your decision to unite with this church.
They
with
did.
Cedar Grove.
Yeah, Daddy believed that when the doors is open, you ought to be there. So we're there Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, revivals, and whatever's happening, we were there.
Yeah.
As long as we lived at home, we were there.
Yeah.
It wasn't, do you want to go to church? It's, you'll be
You're
there.
going.
You're going.
Yeah.
You're going.
What are your first memories? How young were you when the first?
I can remember the probably younger days in the old sanctuary, the old gas heater that sat over on the side, and I can remember Miss Irene Gore playing the piano, and the old choir coming out in the old choir robes, and you know, the old choirs guys singing up in the choir, and the little quartet singing, and the old, sort of like the old gospel days, what I call it, you know, and Miss Irene and Frank Gore and Rui and Frank Jones, and you know, Elisha Smith and Dave DeShazo, Aunt Nanny, and Miss Little. We always called her Pluter. Don't know what her real name was. Everybody called her Pluter. That was her name. You know, yeah. And you know, and of course, you know, in the younger days, we had softball teams when we were kids, and me and Brent Harrington, and Mark DeShazo, and a bunch of the kids down the street. We played softball together, and then we played chase in the morning time between Sunday school and church. We played chase around that old oak tree out front. So you know, it was a fun time. It was a good time.
That's what Carolyn, Ryan, and Janet, and all of them were saying, that we just had such a good time. We look forward to revivals because we got to go every night.
It was fun.
And where were you saved? How old were you?
I was 9 years old when I was saved, and it was like the third day of Vacation Bible School in the old sanctuary. Brother Battles was the pastor at the time, and I was saved during Vacation Bible School. And that's another one of those things I remember was a Vacation Bible School. And they'd make the Kool-Aid, and I promised they put 5 gallons of water to 1 pack and a half a spoonful of sugar. And you had those Bible school cookies, I called them. You could get like 5,000 for $1. They had no icing on them. We had the Bible school cookies, I called them. And but I always enjoyed Vacation Bible School. Mother always taught, and we always went, had a good time in Bible school. I always made stuff and crafts and stuff, so it was always fun times in Bible school.
Do you remember who your Vacation Bible School teacher was that year you were saved?
I do not. I don't remember who that was.
What about revivals and singings and dinner on the grounds and other memories that you have?
I remember, I can't tell you the events that came, but I remember the revivals, and one particular one I remembered, probably back in the maybe early 70s, and he made a comment that there's one thing for sure, that the mind can only absorb what your bottom can't endure. So he didn't believe in long sermons. And it wasn't Lenny Barton. I know a lot of people think it was Lenny Barton, but it wasn't him. And I wrote that down in my Bible, but I didn't write down who it was. And I came across that the other day. It was like 1970, 71. I was still in high school, you know. But I remember those revival days, and they had a little quartet there at the church at Daddy and Jimmy Arrington and Charles Shepard, and some of those guys sang in, and they didn't have a name, and they got up to sing one Sunday, and they said, "What's the name of y'all's quartet?" And they didn't have a name, and Daddy just said, "We're the Ball Bearing Quartet. We'll ball it as long as you'll bear it." So they became the Ball Bearing Quartet. So, matter of fact, I have an old cassette tape, and when Mama died, there's one of them singing a song, and we played it at Daddy's funeral. And Daddy died in 91. Then there's one of Daddy and Sue Howard singing "Mansion Over the Hilltop," and we played that at Mama's funeral with them two singing.
Can we get a copy?
Yeah, I got a cassette tape.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's what we've been looking for.
The one they sang, the quartet did, was "The Old Account Was Settled Long Ago."
Oh.
That's one of those old songs that they sang. But I've got a cassette tape. I'll get you a copy.
Oh,
of it.
that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Did you hold any offices or positions in the church at Cedar Grove?
Yeah, I was a deacon there. Don and I, my brother, were both deacons there. And then Brenda and I taught after we got married in '77, we taught a youth Sunday school class. And I think everybody, when you first get married, you get a Sunday school class. Seemed like back in those days you did. So, but I served as a deacon there for several years. Yeah.
Are there any pastors that you remember who made a lasting impression or impact on your life?
I was real young, but I remember Shelley Ezel. And I remember the Sunday he came, because Mama said I got to take a bath that morning because we got a new preacher coming. And Daddy would sit on the front porch and polish those shoes, those white shoes that we wore back as kids. Shoes always had to be polished, you know. And I remember them telling me, you got to be good today. You got to act. So we got a new preacher coming. And I remember his brother Shelley Ezel. And Floyd Battles, I was baptized by Brother Battles, and I remember him extremely well. And Floyd Lee Jr. and my brother Don, they were big buddies, and you know, played ball and stuff, not with each other, but church ball stuff together. So yeah.
Was there any particular pastor who ministered to you in a special way, say at a time of heartache or spiritual trial?
I can't pick one. I mean, I didn't have one that I thought did more than the other. I enjoyed all the pastors we had. They were all good in my family. When Dad, I don't remember who was a pastor there when Dad was in the sanatorium, but you know, the church was good to us. Pastors were good to come see us. Billy was extremely good when my mama was sick, stuff, to come visit and see her, call her, whatever. And but you know, I enjoyed all the pastors that were there.
Were there any Sunday school teachers who imparted some kind of spiritual guidance to you?
When we was in about the 7th grade, Buddy Adair was their Sunday school teacher. And I don't know what it was about Buddy Adair in the Sunday school class, but I just loved him. And he was always kind of influenced me as to, you know, kids doing the right thing. And we were in like 7th, 8th grade, and he was just kind of down on their level. We could talk, you know, you could talk to him. And I thought a lot of Buddy Adair. He was a good mentor.
And what were some of the significant events in the life and history of the church?
Oh goodness, probably the new sanctuary being built was a big thing. I remember that very well. I remember when everybody started doing bus ministries, and picking up kids and bringing them to church, you know, bus ministries and stuff. That was a big thing. I can't sing a lick, never could, never will be able to. But Gail Lee was the youth choir director, and we do go to churches and do kind of little tour things and sing. And I pretty much just led in prayer and then kind of sung silently. Yeah. You know, but that was a good time. You know, it didn't matter if you could sing or not. Yeah. You was always a part of that group, and that was always a fun time. You know, I can remember Carrie Lee, Linda, and Cindy. I can remember that trio singing. That was always a fun time to listen to them sing. Remember those days.
Okay. Was there a time at Cedar Grove when your faith was tested and you grew spiritually as a result of a personal event or problem?
Probably the time when Dad was in the sanatorium. He was in there for a year, and I don't think my faith was tested, but I come to realize what a church family really means. Yeah. You know, when you have people that, and I was a kid, I was in like the 7th grade, but you have people that you see at church, but you don't really know them, and then you get home and they brought food to you, or they donated money, which I don't know who they were, because I mean, I knew the people that came, but never, they didn't give because they wanted to say, hey, here am I. They just gave out of love and out of heart, and that was in '68, '69, and I remember, to me, that's what the church was all about. People stepping up, and it helped their family as well as other families, you know.
Makes you want to be willing to do the same
thing
when the opportunity comes. Is there anything else that you could share with us?
We was talking about the olden days, and I think you probably got that a while ago about when we was talking about the tree and him blowing the smoke in the tree, the yellow jackets, and you know, we left in 1989, and we didn't leave out of anything results of hard feelings or anything. We lived in Moody. Our 3 boys went to school at Moody, and they wanted to go. They liked going to church with their buddies and stuff, and we was a mile from First Baptist Church, Moody. So we just moved our membership there, and still love Cedar Grove. I still call that my home church.
Yeah.
You know, always will be. And you know, like the people that go back that were mom's buddies, and like, you know, Colette Rowe, Louis Spearman. You know, you could name people. I know, I keep on naming people, and they were a big part of my mom's life at church, because she was in that WMU. What I think was it WMU? Yeah.
Women's missionary.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, we were very active with it. We had a good RA program on Wednesday night. Lynn Maxey was RA director. Matter of fact, when this property was being looked at to build a funeral home, Mr. Kilgrove and I, he actually looked about some property across the street where Walmart's at. And I told him, I said, we don't want to build over there. I said, there's sinkholes over there, because when we were kids, on Wednesday night, we played fox and hounds and wasn't supposed to cross the road, but we did. And I said, I can remember going over there and getting in and you know, where the water be standing in sinkholes. And I said, we don't want that. We want up on the hill. So that's one reason this funeral home's on the hill, sitting across the road where Walmart's at, because, you know.
Education you
Yeah.
got as a youngster.
And the reason they couldn't find us, they thought we'd hidden trees. We was across the street where we were supposed to be. So, but you know, it was good times. I couldn't ask for a better church family, better people to grow up with. It's just a good time.
Well, we thank you for taking the time to
Thank
share
y'all.
with us.
Thank you.